All right, we are joined by head men's soccer coach Richard Nuttall following Hofstra's 2-1 victory in the CAA semifinal round over Drexel. Coach, would you just open up with a statement on today's victory?
Yeah, hard fought. My first reaction is to give a lot of praise and kudos to Mike Marciano and the Drexel group. They first 15-20, they outplayed us, outworked us, outpassed us, and we had to regroup. We then managed to score a goal that wasn't a great goal, but it was the outcome from hard work. Then they come straight back. They get a beauty that we didn't pick up at the top of the box. He drove it well, and then they had another one that Wessel saved. So second half, I think we gritted it out. We defended when we had to defend. We got a magnificent goal. The cross and the header from Matt there was magnificent. The cross from Stefan, but then it was back and forth. We could have had a couple. They had a couple of half chances, and then they kept going at us. I wasn't happy how deep we dropped our back line. I thought we were a bit negative, but we held on and we won against a very good Drexel team. I'm impressed with Drexel and how they went about things, and we're a little bit lucky to come out of that with a win. But in the end, we've got a win, and I think it's been our character, that's our resolve, that's shone through today.
Questions for Coach? Eddie?
Hi, Coach. Thank you again for taking the time to do this. First off, my first question is, after that first goal that you guys conceded, you guys brought on Joe Wright into the midfield, and then that midfield trio of Rock Carlos, Joe, and Francesco Perinelli were really good in terms of holding possession and causing turnovers. Can you speak a little bit about what that midfield play did in those 90 minutes today?
Yeah, Joe Wright changed the game. He's being injured and struggling a little bit, but he's a really good footballer. He's a hard worker and he's a competitive player. And by just, moving, I think we move right now wide, and we got those three can work and work and work, and they had to work against a very good Drexel midfield three as well. So Joe, we thought, changed the game, and we gave him our man of the match. He turned it. He turned the tide, the emotion with his hard work, and he kept the ball when he could. I won lots of little headers and little challenges and pinched the ball quite often, and he just helped settle us down. And then in Rock Carlos and Perinelli, you got probably the two hardest working midfielders in the conference, I believe. They're just mega workers, and I'm proud of those guys too. But Joe Wright changed the game without a shadow of a doubt.
Anthony?
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Anthony.
Drexel played a very physical game from the start of the game, and there was a lot of fouls between both sides. Do you think that physicality caught you off guard at first?
Yeah, I think they did a wonderful job. What they did, they put 7 in behind, and he's an elite athlete. He's Donovan, so our backline dropped. And then they got it up to the feet of the forwards and combined well and got it wide, especially on the left-hand side. So they caused us a problem first 20. We had got to readjust the line. We had to change it with Joe, and we had to reconfigure a little bit. But I think we did a good job then. I thought the last 25, we were slightly the better team. Could have had a couple, but they also were pressing too. But the physicality of them, you've got to be physical against us because we're workers, and if you don't match our work ethic, we can run over you a little bit. But from that point of view, give Drexel kudos because they got at us. That's Donovan is just, I think he's got potential at the next level because he's just a supreme athlete, and him running in behind and winning headers and that, we found it difficult. Thought we did a much better job second half, but he still got 2 headers which thankfully for us didn't go on goal.
Eddie?
Can't hear you, Eddie.
I was trying to find the unmute button. I'm sorry. But I want to touch on that Donovan work defensively. You guys put Tadafu on Donovan and practically had him man-marked for a good majority of that game. That's a gutsy decision as a coach to put your CAA Rookie of the Year against the CAA Player of the Year. Did you have any, feeling heading into deciding to man mark Donovan with Mason?
Yeah, not really. I think more than man marking, he was on the side of Tatafu a lot. He would drift into his left a lot. So it was automatic that Tatafu would pick him up, and Peters just now and again when he drifted into his spot. But Tatafu is quicker than you think as well, and he reads the game better than you think, for a young man. But he as he came off the field today, Tatafu said, look, he gave me a torrid time, did Donovan. But I think, second half I managed to stay on top of him somewhat. Still, as I say, he got those two headers in. But Tatafu's a player, and he's a young man who's smart enough to adjust. And I thought he adjusted mainly on the second half and quicker than you think and reads the game well. So I'm pleased with his performance second half.
Eddie?
Yeah, just one more for my partner who wasn't here. Can you talk a little bit about having to rely on sometimes the senior leadership or the older experience of a guy like Matthew Vowinkle in these CAA, playoffs?
Well, Matt's somewhat of a legend, isn't he, really? When he's time and time again, he comes up and scores the important goals. And I think that might have been his eighth or ninth goal of the year. And he's just, you put the ball in the box, he'll attack it and he'll have a fair chance of scoring. So I'm just proud of Matt's work ethic and what he does for the team. He's selfless. He's a lovely young man. Love when he gets to laugh and smile, which, he's German. He don't smile that often, but he's the best kid you'll ever meet. And we've been around him. I've been around him since my son was 6 or 7 or 8, if I remember. So I've been around him for 14, 15 years. And I'm used to seeing that time and time again. And fantastic job. What a header, what a ball, what a header. And probably a goal worthy of winning a semi-final.
Any more questions for Coach tonight? All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Coach, best of luck in the championship match.
Thank you, everyone.
See you Sunday, Coach. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.